guys, welcome to our Wednesday math lesson. My thumb, I still can't bend it and it's still like really swollen compared to my other one. Oh my gosh. So bear with me with how my numbers are gonna look. And this is how I have to open a marker because I can't bend my right thumb. So here we go. So we're adding fractions with denominators that are different. They do not match. So you have to match them in order to add them. So we're going to change our denominators here. So for the first one, I wanted to be able, go ahead and try it on your own first. So pause it and try it on your own. All right, so this one, I wanted to try the division part. So I want to divide the top and the bottom by the same number here to get the 3. So you're able to do that, right? You can divide 6 divided by 2 and get 3. And you can divide 4 divided by 2. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to take 4, 6, and I'm going to divide it by 2 on the top and the bottom. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 3 divided by 2 is 3. So I get 2/3 plus 2/3. And 2/3 plus 2/3 is 4/3. And we want to change that to a mixed number because right now it's an improper fraction. So I'm going to change this to 3/3. And in 4/3 minus 3/3, I'll have 1/3 left over. So this is 1 and 1/3. So that's your answer for the first one. So if you got that correct, go ahead and virtual high five. Now, if you changed 2/3 to 6, I'm going to have to times it by 2, and you would have gotten 4/6 plus 4/6, and you would have gotten 8/6, right? And then if you broke that one up, you get 6/6 and 2/6, which is 1 and 2/6, but you can't leave it like that, right? You have to simplify it. So if you have 1 and 2/6, you have to divide them both by 2, which would get 1 and 1/3, so the same thing. So if you're simplifying, your answer should be the same. So, but for now, I would accept 1 and 2/6 or 1 and 1/3 because they're the same thing. All right, moving on to the next one, we have 3/8 plus 4/6. So go ahead and try that one on your own. All right, so this one's a little bit trickier because nothing times 8 is going to give us 6, and nothing times 6 is going to give us 8. So we have to multiply them by each other, or we have to find something that they both can multiply to get. And so I chose 8 and 6 because I think there's a number that we can multiply both of these numbers by. Now the number would be different. When you multiply this one by and the one you multiply this one by would be different, but the denominator would be the same. So what's a multiple of 6 that is also a multiple of 8? If you haven't done that part yet, go ahead and see if you can figure it out. All right, so 8 and 6 both can get 24, right? So my 24 here and my 24 here is my goal now because I can take 8 times 3 and 6 times 4 and I would get 24 there. So that's what I'm going to do. So I can take this one times 3 in the top and this one times 4. So remember, whatever I do have to do the same on the top and same on the bottom. So for this one, 3 times 3 is 9, so 9 24s, and 4 times 4 is 16. All right, so if you haven't gotten this far, go ahead and do that now. All right, so now all I have to do is add. So I'm going to get 9 plus 16 is 25. So I'm going to get 25 24ths. I'm sorry, my numbers look so weird. Okay, but I can't leave it like that, right? Because that is an improper fraction. So I'm going to take my 24 24ths, and what I would have left would be 1 24th. Ooh, that's a weird one. And I would have 1 and 1 24th as my answer. All right, moving on. All right, so here is another one just like that. 3/5 and 4/6. So you can't multiply anything times 5 to get 6, and nothing times 6 will give you 5. So you're going to have to do them either multiplied by each other or find another thing that they both have as a multiple of that number. Go ahead and try it. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to multiply them both by each other. So 5 times 6 and 6 times 5. So this one is going to be times 6. And whatever I do the top, I have to do the bottom. And I'm going to do this one times 5 and times 5. Because remember, whatever I do to the top, I have to do the bottom. So now, I'm going to move closer. All right, so now I can get my new numbers. So 6 times 3 is 18. And 6 times 5 is 30. So 18 30ths plus 4 times 5 is 20. And 6 times 5 is 30. So now all you have to do is add them together. 20 plus 18 is 38. And my denominator is 30. So again, 38 30ths, you can't leave it like that. So you have to create 30 30ths is your 1, and then 8 30ths would be left over. So I would get 1 and 8 30ths. Now, you can divide both of those by 2, right? Because they're both even numbers. So if I divide the top and the bottom by 2 to simplify, I would get 1 and 4 15ths, because 15 times 2 is 30. So either one of those I would count. 1 and 8 30ths or 1 and 4 15ths. All right, we have 2 more. The next one is 1 and 3/5 plus 2 and 4/10. All right, so for this one, I'm only have to change one of them because I know 5 times 2 will give me 10. So I'm going to change this one. So I'm going to get 1 and 6/10 plus 2 and 4/10. So I'm going to add my mixed number, my whole numbers first. So 1 plus 2 is 3. And 6/10 plus 4/10 is 10/10. Now, I can't leave it like that, right? Because 10/10 equals 1. So 3 plus 1 is 4. So my answer for that one is 4. All right, last one. All right, so this one, I have 6 and 4/8 plus 2 and 1/4. So go ahead and try that one. Okay, so this one you could have done one of 2 different ways. You can divide 4/8 divided by 2, and you would get 4ths. Or you can multiply the 1/4 times 2 and get 8. So I'm going to do it both ways real quick, just to show you how they both equal the same thing in the end. So I'm going to divide first. So 4/8 divided by 2 will give me 6 and 2/4 plus 2 and 1/4. So that's going to give me 6, 7, 8 and 3/4. And now if I do it the other way, I'm going to leave 6 and 4/8, and I'm going to multiply this one by 2. So I will get 2 and 2/8. So then 6 plus 2 again is 8. 4 plus 2 is 6/8. So I can't leave 6/8 like that. I need to divide it by 2. So I get 8 and 3/4. So the same thing. So this one is one extra step because you divide it at the end rather than at the beginning. But they both equal the same thing. So awesome. Remember, if you have any questions, I am more than willing and happy to set up a Google Meets with you one-on-one so that we can work out some of these issues or problems or questions that you're having. So, or if you just want to email me a question, I can do that as well. So, yes. All right. That's it. Have a great day.